Welcome to the Traders Clinic, your regular shot in the arm of trader insights, philosophy and knowledge, brought to you by two professional money managers, Ali Crooks and Charlie Burton.
In each episode, we cover all things from the world of trading and answer your burning trading questions. Welcome back, mate. It's good to see you.
I know, it's been a long time.
So, this one, juicy one, this one. It's another one of your stories, which I think you guys will like. So, the subject of today is the person who won the trading competition was actually, in many respects, the worst trader there.
Yeah. So I was at a trader show just recently, and I had to, and hopefully, I don't mind if this person is watching this show, because I think this is the sort of thing that's a good learn for most traders out there. And this is serious stuff. We're going to laugh during this, I'm sure, but this is really serious. The ultimate message that we're trying to get across. So I was comparing a prize giving to these where three people had won this top trader event where they could trade for something like 3 weeks prior to this trading show on a demo account.
Yes.
And the people with the best performance won a prize. And so I was there to compare that and to then ask them some questions and take some questions from the audience. And the person who won this trading competition, bear it in mind, yes, it's on demo accounts. We all know it's very different on demo accounts. But of course, I'm asking and probing questions on their trading style and whatnot. So it comes to light as I'm asking her just a little bit about her style and her approach. So she buys off support, sells, yeah, great, it sells resistance and whatnot. And it came out that she said that she doesn't use stop losses. So I'm thinking, okay, all right, well, I'll probe on this. So I said, well, she said, but it's okay because I only take the trades that are gonna work.
Ouch.
Yeah. Love bells, little flag there for you, ladies and gentlemen. There's no such thing as, I only take the trades that I know are going to work, because nobody knows. Anyone who tells you that they know that go to Jim Simons, who's a multi-billionaire quant trader. He's still only right 50% of the time on his quant funds. And, so anyway, so the alarm bells were ringing. And so I said, oh, okay. And then the irony was, and because I managed to get her to admit that, well, what happens if the trade comes lower? What do you do at that point? She said, well, it's okay. I hedge anyway. I went, oh, okay. So you are sort of using a stop loss because you hedge. So again, I'm questioning. So I said, so if the price does come down, even though she's already said that she already knows that price is going to go, yeah. So if price does come down that bit further, so then you would just put a sell order in, you just sell down here. So then you're naturally sort of then hedged at that point. And I assume if the market comes back up, then you'll close your hedge for a small loss. And then, anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she went, no, I buy more. And I'm thinking, that's not a hedge. No, that's not a hedge. No, that's martingaling. That's completely different. That's adding to your losers. That's not hedging. So, right. Okay. So in the short term, anybody, and actually over a medium term as well, if you use martingale and you don't use stop losses and you add in to losers, which is what she was doing, you can make money and you can be highly successful. But one thing that you and I have been dealing with traders for the last 20 years, the one thing that we know is that we've not met a single trader who's been trading for 20 years using martingale and is successful and hasn't blown up. No. So not without stop losses. You can use martingale or adding in to trades, providing you've still put in a stop loss. But if you don't use stop losses, ultimately there's always going to be that trade just keeps going, and then you just blow up. So that was for me the fascinating thing. You can have someone who won a trading competition, and I wouldn't advise anyone to trade that way. No, it's the blurred line between dollar cost averaging for an investor versus martingaling as a trader. It all looks good on paper. The thing that jumped out at me, the first thing you said was they were demo trading for a period of 3 weeks. So externally to everybody watching that particular or being a witness to you giving her the prize, it's very easy for them to think, wow, isn't this great because she's won a trading competition? But my first thing that comes up is 3 weeks.
that to me is almost a roll of a dice, regardless of whether or not the person has a system or not. In 3 weeks, you could hit a winning run, you could hit a lucky run. And I wonder how many people in the audience were acknowledging the fact that the actual time period for the trading competition was, in relative terms, a small window. And actually they could be thinking, wow, isn't this amazing? And I thought it was interesting what you said about the guy who I think finished second or third, who was very open about the fact that he didn't really know what he was doing.
Yeah.
But in a way, I found that almost better, that the guy's putting his hands up going, well, yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had a go, and this is where I'm at. Because there's a level of self-awareness. At least even if it's the wrong thing, at least he knows he's doing the wrong thing, compared to this person who's convinced about certain things. The market bounces off a level. I mean, maybe she's looking at it saying, well, it moves back the other way a little bit, so it's definitely going to turn in my direction. And then, adding in onto a losing position. And again, it can work very well. I mean, I've got a story from years and years ago about a property investor who got involved in a martingale system, and over, again, a short period of time did very, very well, and recommended it to some other people. They did very well, and then decided to market this system to everybody left, right, and centre. And the horror stories in terms of what she lost and other people lost was huge, because people buy into this system. They go, well, yeah, it's only ever going to lose 6 times in a row, so just keep doubling up until the time that it loses 7 or 8 times in a row, and then you walk away. So yeah, I think these trading competitions are good. It's a challenge, but you've got to have an objective view about how that person achieved the success and actually won the competition. Did they do it effectively? Did they do it safely? And how long was the period? It could have just been a bit of...
Well, I mean, this is what makes these sorts of trading competitions, as much as I think they're a bit of fun, and they are, because the guy who came second was trading the right way. I had a good long chat with him, both on the stage and off the stage, and you could tell that he's got a methodical approach. Great, and so yes, but generally speaking, when you put anyone on a demo account, there's no rules to stop them from risking, however much, betting it all on black or whatever, of course. And so whoever wins or whatever, it's over such a short period of time, it's going to be in the lap of the gods. I think that for me, the best way to do trading competitions is when people have to trade with their own money. But then most people wouldn't do it, would they?
Exactly. I mean, we could go down a whole other route about that. Yes. So I think the best person...
That's another story.
Yeah, it is.
Can't tell you that one.
Yeah. Another episode. Yeah. I think, as corny as it sounds, it's almost like the best person to be competing with is yourself. Is your goal as a trader is, yes, fine, it's a competition, you're up against other people, but ultimately, you're in this for the long run. The only person you're really competing against is yourself. And that is where so much of the learning and so much of the challenge actually comes along, because you've got the market there. You always talk about the market being like the devil on your shoulder, or I always think of it as the thing that's whispering in your ear. That's the competition. That's the challenge. Is can you over the long run be able to deliver consistently with your approach, be happy with your process, regardless of whether or not this month was a winning month or this month was a losing month. And it sounds like the guy who came second, actually, he was committing to the way that he would trade and trade correctly. And actually, if you were going to put your money on which of those three has got it for the long term, it'd be him. It'd be going. Okay, I
think that with these those sorts of trading competitions, is even if it is you're going to do it on a demo account, if they, and I know that probably the brokers don't have I don't know if they have the functionality to do it. If they could limit the amount that a trader could put on any total exposure at any one time. And maximum risk of whatever risk per trade as well, trying to stop them from martingale and from just betting the house and then having exponential gains because they've done that. So that would make it more real. But that's why I've said, or you just force people, you say to people, enter the competition, but you've got to do it on a real account. And so, again, that would probably stop a lot of that. But I think the point of this is the amount of people that trade like that.
Yes.
Because ultimately, they can get away with trading like that for however long and be right a lot of the time. Lots of winning trades because markets do a lot of the time come back. You've added in, it bounces, then you get out for a profit, whatever. But it's masking an inherent problem in your trading. And so do you want to just be right and make money in the short term, or do you want to, using something like that, but ultimately you're going to blow up? So what's the point? And so have a deep look at what you're doing.
I think that's very, very wise advice. So next, that's us done for the show.
Oh, is it?
That's us done for the show. I thought that was a good lesson for everybody. Is do you want to be, like you said, do you want to be right over the short term or profitable over the long term? Like that.
Well, that brings us to the end. His name's Ali Crooks.
His name's Charlie Burton.
Trade safely out there.